Hey everyone, with the holidays coming up, it is a great time to get up to speed on all the new releases from Storm Bowling, plus a rebate program that all of you pro shop operators can participate in. My name is Andrew Pfeffer. I am the creator, producer, and host of Bowling with the Pfeff, and this is Hot Topics. And it's probably a good bet that most of you pro shop operators have these newer items in your shop already, or maybe even in your customers' hands. We've got Parker Tippin here, the regional sales manager for Storm Bowling, who is based in Wichita. Parker, welcome to Hot Topics.
Thank you for having me, Andrew. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, let's get right into it. 3 new Storm bowling ball releases. That's exciting stuff. What should we know about these new bowling balls?
So I'll kind of walk you through each of them, actually.
Okay.
Probably the most anticipated so far has been the new 900 Global Origin. It took Hank and Alex quite a while to develop that core. It's a single density, dual precession weight block. So it's a bit of a technology revolution on our end for the sport. You're able to generate more torque and more power without the necessity of adding a flip puck or modifying the density of the core itself. So you get a stronger shape paired with a kind of a bigger hybrid cover. So holds its axis for longer, so more length through the fronts, but really strong, continuous off the back end without getting too forward down lane that you can sometimes see out of ASIMs. It's been highly anticipated, and our feedback so far has been fantastic for it. So I'm expecting it to continue to be a pretty popular seller. Next, we had the Attention Star S2, which has big shoes to fill. It's no secret the Attention Star had probably, I keep hearing people say ball of the year every time it gets brought up, especially, after D-Ron won the Masters with it, which was fantastic for us and great to see. So now it's wrapped in a hybrid E-Trax Plus cover stock. So no nano in the cover, but really, really strong up front compared to the original. That's almost our torquiest ASIM weight block that Roto's seen in quite some time. So a lot of change of direction, a lot of change in shape. And now we've got it in a stronger version, maybe for those players who need a little help getting it to pick up in the mids. And surface changes on it are actually pretty easy as well. If you need more length, if you need it to roll sooner. So it's going to be a pretty versatile addition in addition to the original, and a good add to the Roto family. And then we have the Road Warrior, the long anticipated high road pearl replacement that everyone's been asking for. The Lightning Blackout was a good companion for it, but this kind of brings us back into the true road territory. Excuse me. So R2S Deep cover stock, which we first saw on the original Absolute in a hybrid version, and then the Absolute Power. Now we're going to see the Pearl version of it on the Road Warrior. So a little more length through the heads, but that inverted FE core being wrapped in AI, right? The numbers get a little stronger across the board, but especially it makes them a little more even, 16 through 14. So core's going to pick up a little easier in the mids, so that extra length from the cover kind of helps it conserve energy a little better and get that truer shape. I think it rolls truer to what the high road pearls used to look like on the older lane conditions. And it was kind of time for an update in that spot. And I think people will be pleasantly surprised with what the Road Warrior is going to give them for that price point.
Yeah.
So.
They certainly have been with the high road, that's for sure.
Oh, yes.
But, we go from the brand new to the tried and true, and it's weird for me to say that these are tried and true bowling balls already, but tell us about why the Ion Pro and the Ion Max have been so successful for the company, along with the Phase AI.
So the Ion Pro was pretty revolutionary for us specifically. It was a big necessity, and we'd gotten a lot of feedback for that as well, of a need for an asymmetric, when we say benchmark ball, something kind of in the middle of your bag. But for maybe some people where they need something that'll do a little more of the work for them in that spot. We debuted it with Bowl Expo to great effect. And it's gosh, the performance almost speaks for itself, right? You get that TX16, which is a name that's well renowned thanks to the Phase 2 and the solid version. Right now, we're going to see a hybrid version, right? So you still get a little length, but you get that mid-lane traction, the lower diff from that core, but that little bit of asymmetry kind of helps it pick up, but it keeps it hooking down lane. So when IQ tours, right, which that ball needs no introduction either, right? So we pair that, right? We kind of make it comparable to an IQ tour, but different enough, right, that you can see distinctions in them. And you could even carry both of them truthfully in the same bag and get distinct enough reactions that they'll complement. So kind of building off of the success of the IQ tour, the Ion kind of gives you that, kind of mimics those qualities, but in a different way. And then taking it further, we saw the Ion Max a few months later, right? So now we have our higher flaring, stronger version, right? We see that bigger NRG solid cover, which to those who remember was the Marvel S back in the day, which was incredibly successful. Saw quite a few of those on tour. A lot of posts were made back then. So it was a name that needed to be brought back and we felt was appropriate to bring back, and to great effect as well. In addition to the fact, it's just a really good looking bowling ball. the amount of posts that I've seen of people who find good pours of them or just fun pours, it's very fun. It's very cool to see the positive feedback from both of those. And they make a very good kind of 1-2 punch just in and among themselves, right? Your max is your big ball. We're tackling fresh conditions. You can ball down to your pro where we need some push, a little more snap down lane, and then, down to a road warrior or any of the other lower end pieces. So you can, even among these lines themselves, you can almost kind of build arsenals just among them. And product diversity is been a big focus at the moment, kind of filling in the gaps. And both of those balls filled gaps that we had, as well as almost filling other gaps that we didn't even have, but they kind of take those places. The Phase AI is probably the biggest ticket item at the moment. We debuted our new polish Power Edge on it, in addition to the fact that name is synonymous with good bowling, right? The Phase speaks for itself, and we were due for a Pearl one, and again, very pretty bowling ball, which always comes to our benefit. But right, we're getting back to those older storm shapes of 40, 45 feet. And then you really see that quick response to friction. And the public was so happy to see that. And the feedback has been fantastic. So all three of those together kind of fill spaces. You could make a bag with those three and tackle just about any condition that you can imagine. So the product diversity, I think, was a big speaking point to it, but also the performance quality that these three have brought to the table has been incredible.
Yeah, stands to reason why you see so many of all three going down the lane, even, in a league setting. Okay, you talked about Power Edge Polish, and that's a relatively new product for the company too. What makes Power Edge a little different than other bowling ball polish on the market today?
So the big thing with it is it's almost a marriage between a true polish and a compound. So this was a first for us. We used a particle called an agglomerate. So normally with traditional compounds, you will see kind of an abrasive agent inside of it, right? Your goal is to get a surface profile without using an Abralon pad. An agglomerate, it mimics those qualities, but it breaks down as you apply pressure. So if you imagine like a little cluster of grapes, and as you push and push and push, they all scatter and break off of each other. So you get an initial surface profile as you apply pressure, and then it's just polishing. And there's no glycerins, wax, silicone, anything like that. There's no, it's free of slip agents. So it's a different type of, and it is polished. It's a different type of polish in and of itself, but you're gaining a surface profile while applying polish. So in addition to being a different chemical, we'll say, you're almost free of having to hit the ball with surface out of box, which has become a little more common as the sport has progressed. You remove the need of that. And even of the matchmakers that I've done with them, and people will throw them fresh out of box, and they'll get 40 feet down lane and it looks like someone just kicks them left. And the very first one I did with the phase, and someone turned around and went, "Holy moly, what did you do to these?" And I said, "Nothing. This is them straight out of box, and it's the truth." And you get a higher performance standard simply due to the fact of, right, we're modifying the surface in the polishing process, right? So you're getting a truer set in of that polish, in addition to the fact that it has improved performance significantly. And with that too, the public has given us great feedback for that. I think we sold out of our initial bottles to our distributors within the first week, but most of the distributors have already ended up on back order from what I've seen. So it's doing something right for them. It's going to be in high demand, and it's going to kind of be our standard moving forward. It's been great feedback for us.
Yeah, great to hear. Okay, so we've gone through the bells, the whistles, the great products that you guys have out there. Now we've got a rebate program to talk about. How did the pro shop operators get on board with Storm's rebate program for this month, November 2024, and next, December?
So the greatest thing about our rebates is you don't have to be a VIP pro shop to participate. There will be VIP perhaps incentives in addition to it, but any pro shop is able to take advantage of these. So for November, we had started a $15 rebate on Summit Ascents and paired that with an additional $10 rebate for our VIP pro shops. So $25 rebate total for every Summit Ascent that they would purchase in the month of November. We also threw in a 15% bag rebate for November, which for us is huge. With, no one really knows what's going to happen with tariffs, and the market, it's possible the market could become volatile come next year, and we really wanted to help pro shops feel comfortable stocking up for the holidays. So 15% bag rebate and a $25 rebate for VIP shops, $15 rebate for any other pro shops for Summit Ascents. And that will go until this Saturday. It's good until the end of November. Forms can be found, should be able to be found on any of the distributor websites. They can also email the forms in as well, and we take care of those rebates for them. But those are going to be the big ones for November. December, we're doing a holiday special for the 900 Global Balls, 2 of them, $25 rebate on Harsh Reality Pearls, and a $20 rebate on Sublime Focus. Both of which were very successful for both of us in 2 distinct shapes, big ASIM pearl, clean and snappy, and then a much earlier, smoother down lane solid. They were good additions to the Global family. So kind of get a little spark for those for the holidays and get them into people's hands and help pro shops feel comfortable getting them going for them. So those will be our big ones for December, and then bag rebate and Summit Ascent for November, ending this Saturday.
Yeah, so many great possibilities to get those bowling balls and products into customers' hands so they can put them under the tree. I mean, get them into Santa's bag so it can go under the tree for the holidays. I'm sure both the pro shop operator and customer benefits for that. Parker, thanks so much for helping us learn more about the Storm products. It's fantastic stuff, and congratulations on all the success you and the company have had so far. And for those of you interested in learning more about Ipsia and the benefits of membership, just go to our website, ipsia.com. You'll find all the vital information right there. And if you liked what you saw here today, please hit that thumbs up, like the video, consider subscribing to the Ipsia channel. It's free, and it's the best and easiest way to help us continue to make great bowling content.